Hello, everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis XL. Right, welcoming back to the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dealing with a different deck every single day. Today is day number 30 of the 100 days Yu-Gi-Oh! We're taking a look at a deck that I've never played before, and I never thought I'd be playing it. We're taking a look at Floowandereeze, the deck of ye olden birds that like to abuse normal summons. And we're not doing an opening skit today because it's day 30, but I'll do this one thing for you guys. Do it just one time. You ready? You ready for this? Okay, that's enough. That's more than enough of that. Alright, but yes, we're taking a look at Floowandereeze deck. We're trying to normal summon out the Wazoo, summoning out our Empin, Apex Avian, Rage the Storm. Our cards get banished, we can abuse Dimension Shifter, that sort of thing. It's a pretty basic Floowandereeze deck, nothing too crazy about it. Well, it's my first time with Floowandereeze, so I want to keep it nice and still simplistic more than anything else. So, we got ourselves our deck here today, thanks to Mr. JRPG King, who wanted to torment me by having me play a deck that I despise. So, that's what we're going to be doing today. So, we're going to be showing off the wombos and the combos and the what do's and the what not do's, have ourselves a good old time playing us some Floowandereezians. And so, of course, as always, don't forget to hit up all the buttons down below. If you want the whole deck profile, it's going to be at the end of the video as always. For now, we're going to head out into Yugioh Pro, the Wild West Yu-Gi-Oh! And show off what this deck is all about. So, let's get right into the action. Alright, everybody, our first opponent, another day and another card game. I say day, it's like 11 at night for me. But with the Western server being so slow, I kind of have to take every time I get to record, so here we are. Now, regardless, we are trying to go first with this deck here today. That's what we like to do with ye olden Floowandereezians. And I did write down some of these combos because I am still new to this, but this should allow me to get what I need. So we're going to activate our Floowandereeze in the Advent of Adventure. Banishing our Empin, we need to get Robina. Where is Robina? Robina, very important bird, Robina. So the whole idea of Floowandereeze essentially boils down to you normal summon the bunch. You normal summon Robina, and it's going to add you a bird from your deck to your hand. The thing you want is the eagle, the proud American eagle. And it's going to give us another normal summon. Basically, each of our monsters has an effect, and when we pull off that effect, we get an additional normal summon. Eaglin is going to let me search out one of my birds. One of my big old birds. We're going to get another Empin, because Empin's pretty much like the be-all end-all boss of the Floowandereezians. Pretty nasty monster, to be honest, because it stops special summon monsters from using their effects if they're in attack mode. We're going to use Empin's effect. This will let me search out a spell, and we're going to get back one of our birds. We could get them both back. Basically, they get banished and leave the board, all the Floowandereeze. They come back if you summon. But we want to leave one banished for now, so we'll leave Eagle for now. I would rather keep Eaglin. We'll keep him in the banished pile for now. And we're going to get to our trap card. This is the Dreaming Town. We're not going to normal summon again because we don't need to. But basically all we have is set up is that this gives me an additional normal summon on my opponent's turn. That way I can really mess with their stuff. I've got the Harpy's Featherstorm, which is absolutely insane in this deck. And let's go ahead for Pot of Duality, just see what it would draw into. This is a really nasty card as well as the deck, because we don't special summon in this deck very much. Ooh. I guess I got Ryza. I was going to search Ryza, but this way I can get, like, Apex Avian, too. That'll work. Alrighty. So we're in a pretty good position. I'm going to go ahead and let's see what this guy's doing first. I mean, I do have the Harpy's Featherstorm. Provided I'm not Kaiju'd, I'll be just fine. Because this is going to lock my opponent out of any monster effect for a turn. It's absolutely insufferable. It's one of the reasons I never liked Floowandereeze, because they have some pretty insufferable things they can do. Like, tribute summoning Rise on the opponent's turn with all wins. I can spin 3 cards back into the deck. It's pretty nasty. What is this? Xian's Smoke Signal, I see. Sixth Samurai is normally a very problematic bunch. Thankfully, I have the ability to lock him out of everything. We'll see where this goes. We already know where it's going to go. He's going to summon out Kagaki. Or Kageki, or whatever you know. Yeah, Kageki. I always like Kageki. He looks pretty cool. Like, he's got, like, those regular arms. He's got, like, robotic arms. He's a handy man. You could say he's a very handy samurai kind of guy. And he's also got Monkey Man. Okay. My opponent is definitely setting themselves up for doing all of the things they like to do. Actually, let's let this slide for a second, just so I can show off like the Ryza combo. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I activate our Floowandereeze in the Dream in Town. This will let me summon out Robina. Just as we did before, Robina's gonna search us, and we're gonna chain block with our Egglin. This is why we leave one of them banished, is just so we can chain block the opponent if what need to. So we're just gonna add, doesn't really matter who, because we have Eaglin here. We're normal summon again. Summon out of the Eaglin, because we need the effects to go off for this additional normal summon to go. So Eaglin will go off. I'll search out Apex Avian for now. And then we're going to tribute summon again, summon out. And I could just tribute Empin, but there's really no good reason to do that. But we'll summon out Rise of the Storm Monarch. We're going to spin this guy back into the deck. We're going to spin my trap back into the deck. And I turn Kageki back to the hand. And all of this is on top of me getting back Robina. That'll work. All right, that's the thing that's insufferable about the Floowandereeze, that they can just do that. They're one of the few decks that can just abuse Rise or the Mega Monarch's whole spinning back to the hands and back to the decks and back to the Everywhere's effects. Alrighty, but we're pretty dang on set, I will say. My opponent has a couple set cards. We're gonna have to deal with that. Oh, hey. It's a nice top deck right there, I will say. But let's summon out Robina. We're just gonna keep summoning out this bird like all day. That's the plan, and I plan to keep doing it. I plan on doing that. Let's see here. What do you got? Solemn Johnson. You fiend. Alright, well that's a little annoying. You know what, that's fine. It's not ideal. Let's see. I can make that work still. Yeah. I can still make that work, because Stree is not the most obviously good of the Floowandereezians. Oh. I was about to say you're banishing my stuff, then I'm like, oh wait, Empin's the only one I care about right now. I'm sorry, Rise. You got used and abused, my man. I'm gonna have so many jokes about Rise when we make the Monarch video. It's gonna be so special. But yeah, let's go ahead and end our turn for now. I mean, we're pretty much just completely in control of this duel. This is what Floowandereeze do. You know, they're all about controlling the flow of things, the flow of the air over their wings, even though penguins can't fly. Don't worry about it. But let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna activate. I have this whole time. My opponent doesn't know that. We're gonna summon out this thing. This is Floowandereeze and Ostrich. Basically, when it's summoned, it's going to banish a card in my grave, or just like I think it'd be any graveyard. So I'm gonna banish Tom Johnson. I shall banish the ultimate. And this is going to allow me to just, get back Eaglin. Normal summon again. Summon out the Eagle. Thankfully, I still have something I can search off of this. Otherwise, Eaglin doesn't work. That's the thing. I'm going to get the other boss, which is Snowl, which is not the best dude, but he does give you another normal summon on your turn. But we're going to summon out Apex Avian, who is big and chunky. As well, let's see, what was the other thing of this? Yes. We're going to activate our Dreaming Towns effect, because I tribute summoned, I can flip all my opponent's stuff face down. Which is absolutely nasty, and that's what I like to see. I'll flip all my opponent's monsters face down, or can't do nothing with them. And now I have Apex Avian, which is absolutely insane in this deck as well, because I can just return himself to the hand to negate anything. It's actually a reason I was originally playing, or at least I was planning to run Miss Valley Thunderbird in this deck, because, I would have infinite negates. Unfortunately, that's a level 3 bird. It's not like searchable or anything, so it just didn't work out the way I was hoping for it. But let's get Robina here. Robina. Eagle. I mean, I'll keep chain block until the end of time. That's what you do in this deck. That's kind of the point. So let's see here. Okay, it'd be any Floowandereeze card. That's right. So we get Toucan. Toucan is our recovery. That's what we're gonna do. We'll summon out Toucan, Sam's third cousin, twice removed, and that's what's gonna do. You know, I'm surprised my plan hasn't surrendered at this point. I guess they are just very, very confident in themselves, which is good. I don't want my opponents to surrender. I never like that. But we're all set and dandy here. I mean, I'll always like to get Robina back at least because she is our searcher. But this is what the hand we like to see is. Let's see. I guess I'll get one more summon in. I don't see a reason not to. So we'll summon out the proud Eaglin. And no, Toucan, you can stay there for a bit. All right. So that will be good. I believe. Oh, yes, I get pierce. That's it. That's the one nice thing about Snow is everybody's getting piercing damage. I think it's everybody, right? If your monster attacks piercing, yeah, it should be everybody getting piercing damage, which was absolutely insane. So that is a perfect description of what this deck is trying to do. Go forth, America. There we go. Okay, so that is what the Floowandereeze want to do. That is it. And I didn't even use Harpy's Featherstorm. I didn't even need it, but I have it if I ever do. If I ever need it, well, that'll just completely shut down most decks right there. So that is the name of today's game, folks. Tribute summon a whole bunch of monsters, hit our opponent really hard, keep normal summoning on my opponent's turn. And I did pretty much, that was like almost everything main deck in the deck. Actually, that was like everything main deck in the deck, to be honest. So it will keep dueling, of course. Maybe we'll try for some of the extra deck stuff. It's really not necessary to win in this deck to do that, but I will. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. All right, once again, going first. Let's see. Let's see what we have for an opening hand. I mean, it's something. It's not a lot, but it's something. Let me think about this. I'll activate Dimension Shifter, because I'm fine with activating Dimension Shifter here. You know, I don't need my graveyard. That's the biggest kicker in this deck, is you don't really need a graveyard. Graveyards are for somethings. Or also, you don't need them. You don't need the grave, but you do need good old Robina. So Robina's going to use her ability. And let's see. Might as well chain block here, because that's like the biggest thing in this deck. Don't want to get Ash Blossomed. Ash Blossom would be bad. So let's go ahead and get Stree here. Get Stree, summon out. It's going to be a pretty basic combo here. You know, go for Eagle. And Floowandereeze, surprisingly, for all the things that they do, are a fairly small archetype. They're actually pretty small. I mean, this is literally everything we've got in the deck. I mean, there's like, I want to say there's like one or two spell traps that we're not playing, but monster-wise, we're playing all of them. Monster-wise, everybody's here. Alright, but we'll do our basic thing that we do. Get Robina back, so I can get Eaglin back. Yada, yada, yada. Y'all know the shtick at this point. Get the Dreaming Town. Be ready to tribute some of my opponent's turn. And I could summon out Ostrich if I really, really wanted to. I just don't want to. Alright, so we'll set up our Harpy's Featherstorm, set up our Dreaming Town, and we should be all set. So now it all depends on what my opponent's playing. That is the biggest kicker. What are they going to do? Because if they kaiju me, that's a little annoying, but not the worst thing in the world. I can just tribute, I can just normal summon like Robina and stuff, and eventually tribute into another win monster, and that way I'll be able to go for my Harpy's Featherstorm regardless, That's the kicker. Alright. Fascinating. I could have done something there, but it's all good. I'm going to do my field spell. This is the Magnificent Map. Basically, this is our answer to being impermed by, if Robina got permed or something. Because I can reveal Floowandereeze in order to summon again. Pretty nifty. So we'll do as we do. Also, this does let me, normal summon during my opponent's turn. That's like one of the biggest things in this deck. That I can just, get an additional normal summon during my opponent's turn as long as I get the field spell. We'll summon out our Eagle. And our legal Eagle, let me think. In this particular situation, I think we can go a little softball here. How you say it? Just, tributize a couple monsters. And yeah, Rabina will just come back as she does. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. All right, that'll work. You know, my opponent seems to have bricked a bit. Let's see what they got first. Bird males. Interesting. Abyssocia. And I guess this one doesn't do anything, so that's cool. All right. Let's see what else my opponent can do. I'm interested because I know mermales and like Atlanteans and all those. They have like a lot of crazy effects they do. They can swarm and they can special summon. And he's got that thing. You do got that thing. Unfortunately for you, sir, I'm on a time crunch and I'd like to go to bed. So I'm going to have to say no. I'm sorry. It's time for no, the trap card. Can you believe the Harpies aren't a meta-ish archetype and they have a card like this? They can play this from the hand. That's the brutal thing. So yeah, the Harpies Featherstorm. We have a Wind-Winged Beast. To the end of the turn, any monster affecting my opponents gets negated. You know, it doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter what it is. It's negated. I suppose if the monster was unaffected by stuff, that might work. I'm not sure how that works, but good luck making a monster like that under these circumstances, because yeah. Basically, my opponent, they can't use any monster effects. Yeah. That's what my deck is about. Tribute summoning. And normal summoning on your turn, sir. I'm sorry. This deck would have been perfect for Troll Week. I kind of wish I had saved it for that, but is what it is at this point. We'll have other trolley decks for the, you know, Troll Week coming up in, what's that? Today's the 30th, so about 8 days from now. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to be trolling people then, but this is a very trolly deck. I mean, it's very, very, very oppressive. Let's get Apex Avian, because we've already seen Ryza. You know, and plus my opponent doesn't have that much stuff. Ryza is better when you have, like, a bunch of stuff of your opponents on the board, in the graveyard, what have you. So, you know, we'll go for Apex Avian. He's big chunky chicken. Big chunky chicken. Also, quick question about Apex Avian. These long streamers here, are these like feathers? Or is it skin? Is it like a turkey's like giblets? I'm not certain. If they are giblets, those are some big old giblets. Okay, but yeah, my opponent's probably seething right now because they realize there's not much they can do. I mean, even if they had monster effects, they couldn't use anything on the field in attack mode with those effects, so no links or anything like that. Even if they have like spell trap to nuke my board, I've got Apex Avian to stop that too. So yeah, he's got Neph Abyss, which is cool and all, and normally that would be like a big game changer for my opponent. Well, unfortunately for them, it doesn't do anything. Normally this would be like a really nice combo starter for my opponent. I feel bad for stopping the Legend of Zelda Mr. Link here. Mr. Link in blue armor form. That's this guy's name. But it's all good. Let's see. My goodness, we're getting this thing out pretty quick. No, you know what? You know, I'll admit, much as I don't like Floowandereeze and their oppressiveness, they are incredibly consistent in what they do. Rainbow just made me lucky tonight. I don't know what it is, but we're getting everything we want. I'm just gonna be summoning out Ryza again, because that's what this deck likes to do. I could also summon another Empin, but there's really no reason to do that. But you could, if you wanted to. So yeah, we'll summon out Ryza the Mega Monarch, as one does. And my boy will just return this to, I will not harm. I shall do no harm to this person here. And I'll just put my field spell back into the hand. That's the thing. It's like, it's one card from the field, one card from the grave, and an additional one from the field. That's how Ryza works. That's why you want your opponent to have like more stuff when you do that. Let's see. Yeah, let's attack with Floowandereeze, boy. And we'll attack with Ryza, and I think that will do it. Alrighty. We're 2-2 so far. We got time for one more duel, everybody. One nice thing about taking so much time to get through the American server is that like the episodes are getting a little shorter, which is good to some degree, because I don't, y'all need to take like 40 plus minutes, no more. No more of that. No. It's actually a lot quicker on the American server. I wish more people were on here. But let's go for third duel. And let's bring it on home. Alright, everybody, the third opponent to fight in third. Is it really considered a fighting third considering the deck we're playing and I'm trying to stop my opponent from doing stuff? We'll see, because this time we didn't win. Well, we're still going first. We still have Robina, so there you go. Let's go ahead and Dimension Shifter. I'm sorry, my man. I'm sorry. It had to be done. Did it have to be done? Not really, but I'm doing it anyway. So we got a Robina on the board. Oh no. Robina Nagat. That's not good. Let me think about this. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but we'll activate the Swallow's Calorie. This will at least let us do something. It won't be ideal. We'll see where this goes. Don't have a combo for this one. I did, but I don't know if that'll work now that I've used Robina. But we'll find out. We have to try on something. At least I can, like, lock my opponent out of, like, stuff for a turn. We shall see, indeed. But I'm going to activate my Floowandereeze the Magnificent Map. We're going to summon out and banish somebody. Who do I want to banish? Let's banish... hold on, let me think about this. This will let me search out a bird. I'd like to get a bird. Tricky business. Tricky business. I know. Let's oh wait, that was the thing I was banishing. Shoot. Shouldn't have banished the field or the trap card. Slight mistake there. Not gonna lie, that was a little mistake there. I was meaning to search that, but I hit the wrong button. But it's okay. You know, it's totally fine. Is it still let me normal summon on my opponent's turn? And let's see, I've already used this effect, right? Let's see, you can only use the following. Yeah. That's not going to be a big issue there, I don't think. Alright, let's set our trap card. And we'll end our turn there. Maybe not an ideal start. You know, that's why Ash Blossom's a bit of a stinker here. You try to chain block that as much as you can. But it's okay. Because, ironically enough, Harpy's Feather Duster meets Harpy's Feather Storm. Which will lock my opponent out of effects for a turn. We'll see where that goes. I mean, I won't be able to normal summon on their turn now, but that's neither here nor there. So what can my opponent do is the question. Dreaming Mammalaria. That's unfortunate, mostly because they like to banish their stuff. That's going to be a bit of a stinker right there. Alright. That is going to be a tricky one. Because you're going to be able to get two of these here. Can he use Reveal's effect to summon itself? Don't know if it matters. He's going to get Kuret. Alright. Alright. Not gonna lie, my opponent had the things to stop me there, but you know what? I'm not dead or anything, so I'm okay here. Like, he can attack with this evil sheep, and he can attack with a Choco Demon. But I'll still survive. That's the big thing. Now, next turn, yeah, I'll get Robina. That'll be chain blocking. Chain blocking indeed. Let's see. I won't be targeting this guy. I'm thinking I definitely need Ryza, though. I could definitely go with that Ryza. That would be really good. So, let's start with a pod duality. Turn. Give me a card. I don't yarn. Okay, I'll take this one. Let's see. Reveal the Floowandereeze. Banish Floowandereeze card. Being a normal summon the reveal monster. Let me think about this. Activate my field spell. This will allow me to banish a monster. Then I could get that monster back to my hand. That is true. Alright, here's what we do. We're going to use our Magnificent Map. We'll reveal our Robina. And we're going to get... I'm thinking... Yeah, banish the Toucan. Summon Robina. This will activate Robina's effect to search me. This will chain both Toucan. And I'll also chain Eaglin. Probably should have done that in a different order, but that's okay. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Alright, so we'll get back Eaglin, get back Toucan, and we shall search out this Ostrich just to have them all. Alright. And my opponent surrenders in the face of birds. I know that's unfortunate. I hate to have to end it on that, considering we were getting right into the action right there. But basically, right. I was going to normal summon Eaglin. I was going to get out Ryza. He was going to spin both these back. Well, maybe, let's see. Opponent the card, target an Malaria card. Maybe the Ryza would have been a good move after all. Then again, yeah, if I got Empin, yeah. If I summon out Empin, I think I might have been able to get into Ryza and Empin. We'll never know, unfortunately. So, unfortunate to end on that note, but the American server is way too slow for me to, try another duel or anything like that. So, we're going to have to go for that one today. So, let's go for the end screen. We'll talk more about the birds. Alrighty, everybody at home. Floowandereeze and the days of ease. I guess that's what we're calling the deck. Something like that. Anyway, the Floowandereeze, absolutely well-oiled machine, absolutely brutal bunch. It's one of the reasons I never liked them. They're too good. They're too good for a bunch of birds. Don't like it. I don't like how good these birds are. There's like 11, 12 cards in the whole archetype, and yet they're still so brutally efficient with what they do. You just start out with little birds, and then you end up with bigger birds. They're able to lock your opponent out of things. They're able to spin cards back to the deck. I mean, it's all because Ryza's a wing beast. If he wasn't a wing beast, Floowandereeze wouldn't even look at this guy. But you got like Apex Avian. You got the Schnavel to give us all piercing damage. It's really, really, really good. I hate to say it, but Floowandereeze is just actually a fairly competent deck. It's just very consistent with what they do. And that's one of their greatest strengths. Not locking the opponent out of effects or tribute something on the opponent's turn. Their main strength is consistency. That's one of the best assets they can have. So I hope everybody enjoyed watching today's episode. If you did, don't forget like button, subscribe, get us up to 900, folks. We're very close. We're very brutally close. So we have 70 days left of 100 days Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's still over and upwards. We ain't stopping. No, we're not. I don't care if Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro breaks on me. I will continue to play somehow. But yes, everybody at home, here is the deck list in case you were wondering what we're playing. Again, it's nothing too crazy or anything. It's pretty basic Floowandereeze things in the end of the day. So for our deck here today, we played one copy of Snowl, 2 copies of our Empin, 1 copy of Ryza, and 1 copy of Mist Valley Apex Avian. Triple Dimension Shifter, because we don't need a graveyard for the most part. Triple Eaglin, double copies of Stry, 3 copies of Beta, and a Toucan. A couple copies of Triple Tactical Thrust. We have ourselves a couple copies of the Dark Ruler No More, if we happen to be going second. We have things like Terraforming to get the field spell, Pot of Prosperity, because the extra deck is almost completely irrelevant in this deck. You could even play Monarch stuff in this deck if you really, really, really wanted to. I'm just saying, that is an option. We have things like the Pot of Duality at 3, because we do not get restricted by this at all. 3 copies of the Swallow's Calorie, if I need to get rid of 1 bird for a different bird. That sort of thing. We also have things like Floowandereeze and the Advent Adventure at 3, which lets you banish a bird to search out another Floowandereeze monster or any Floowandereeze card. That's pretty dang useful. We have this one off of Floowandereeze and the Unexplored Winds, which is actually an insufferably good card. It's better as a one-up because we can search the darn thing and whatnot, but it's insufferably powerful because it lets me tribute my opponent's cards in place of my tributes, and it lets me use my opponent's like spell traps as tributes. So it's disgustingly good. It's a really nasty card, but if my opponent's playing Floodgates, this will get rid of them right quick. Triple copies of the field spell to give us additional normal summons and searching and stuff. 1 copy of the Dreaming Town, we can recover it, so it's all good, and really 1 time is enough. And then lastly, but certainly not least, we have 3 copies of the Harpy's Featherstorm, because why the heck not? Empin already doesn't like monster effects. Why just get rid of them all? Get rid of them all. As for the extra deck, again, you can play whatever you want, but this is what we have today. We have a copy of Relinquished Anima in case we're getting like our number monster get impermed, or we can anima somebody. That's that. Same with things like Alameda Raj, if I just need to get rid of my level 1 monsters, what have you. Good old Masquerena, good old Moon of the Closed Heaven, SP Little Knight, Codebreaker Fire Swordsman in case of Baguskas. We have Blackluster Soldier, if for whatever strange reason, I need to, you know, link off my big tribute monsters for some reason. You never know, it could happen. We have Underworld Gloss of the Underworld Closet. Closet? I don't know. Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. If I happen to need to, you know, link off some opponent's monster that's indestructible or unaffected or what have you may. We have a couple leaderless like Ensemble Blue Robin. If for whatever reason Eaglin gets negated or some such, and we need to just make a link one, like one exceeds one. My brain is going. My brain is going. But yeah, good old rank when exceeds monster to bounce stuff. That's that. Same kind of deal with Assembled Nightingale. We play 2 of this thing. If I happen to have a bunch of level 1s on the board, and I can get 4 different level 1s on the board, then, you know, make an Assembled Nightingale, finish off a lingering opponent, that sort of deal. Same thing with Recital Starling. This is search out level 1 beasts from my deck to my hand. So, I don't know, and if the off chance I have like Eaglin and I have Stree or something, and I can just, you know, exceed summon, get Starling. If my opponent has a big old honking chocolate monster, I can make it bigger, ram into it with Starling. Both players take the damage. If I need to finish my opponent off that way, I can do that. Then we have like 1 Typhon in case we really need it. Again, more for going second tech. And then Sky Thunder, I really just had no other things I could think of to throw into the deck, other than maybe this Independent Nightingale. But yeah, AA Thunder, it's a thing. It's a thing. You almost never play it, but you almost never play the extra deck, as you clearly see. So there you go. So as for the side deck text, we have things like Instant Fusion with the Independent Nightingale. If you just want to put a level 1 body on the board for whatever reason, it's not the most necessary thing, but if you're going for the exceeds more often, or if you're getting permed, you just need a body on the board, there you go. Things like Slower Swallow, which you can special summon. If you happen to have 2 monsters with the same level on the board, it's not that bad. And also you could tribute it to draw 2 instead of 1 during your next draw phase. That's cool. And last but certainly not least, Mist Valley Thunderbird. Because if you put this on the board with this, you have infinite negates, barring your opponent attacking the bird, which can happen too. But, you know, it gets them out of the battle phase. So there you go. So that's the deck, everybody. Hope you all very much enjoyed it. Tomorrow we're taking a look at a deck around normal monsters. I don't know what flavor it's going to be yet, but we will figure something out. So thank you for watching. Until next time, your boy Memphis signing out. Until then, y'all stay safe, stay happy. You have a good time. And take care, everybody.